Welcome, adventurer. You are about to step into the worn, yet agile boots of Agatha, a neutral good elf ranger. Adventurer. You are about to step into the dedicated her life to solitude, choosing the path of a hermit in the heart of the forest. She is one with nature and has acquired unique proficiencies in animal handling and understanding the secrets of the wild. Despite her serene disposition, she's no stranger to danger. In her leather armor, she is a quiet force to reckon with, her keen elfin senses honed to every rustle of the leaves and every shift in the wind. Her trusted longbow, paired with a quiver of 20 arrows, has ensured that she's never caught off guard. Her strength lies not only in her dexterity but in her resilience, a strong constitution that has carried her through many trials. Agatha, though not one for social gatherings, can hold her own in a crowd, albeit with a bit less grace than she handles her bow. Her wisdom often shines through her actions, while her intelligence, though not extraordinary, is more than enough for her to survive and thrive in the wilderness. Welcome to Agatha's world. Let her adventure unfold. Let us begin. Your peace is disrupted one day by an unexpected visitor. A young deer, injured and panicked, stumbles into your clearing. You notice an arrow lodged in its side, not one of yours but that of a foreign make. Your knowledge of the forest tells you that something is amiss. The deer's appearance is a clear violation of the harmony you've come to cherish. You could potentially remove the arrow and nurse the deer back to health, although the task would undoubtedly be challenging given the creature's frightened state. Alternatively, you could venture deeper into the forest, tracing the origin of the arrow, to uncover the source of this disturbance. A choice lies before you, Agatha. Will you stay and tend to the wounded deer, or will you venture into the unknown to confront whatever danger lurks in your peaceful forest? Base ape has been chosen. Help the poor deer. You approach the deer slowly, speaking in hushed tones to soothe it. It eyes you warily, trembling with pain and fear. Using your expertise in animal handling, you attempt to calm the animal so you can tend to its wounds. But first, you must roll a d20 to see whether you manage to establish a connection with the deer and gain its trust. Roll the dice and let's see how you fare. You rolled 8. With a roll of 8 and your wisdom adding a modicum of success, you do your best to soothe the frightened creature. It takes a few tense moments, but eventually, the deer calms down enough for you to approach. You manage to extract the arrow with a steady hand, although the deer still flinches and whines. You dress the wound to the best of your abilities, knowing that the healing process will take time. Meanwhile, the mystery of the foreign arrow continues to gnaw at you. It's not every day that such strife touches this part of the forest. As you tend to the deer, you begin to notice something strange. The arrow isn't just foreign, it's ancient. The craftsmanship is unlike anything you've seen in your lifetime. You are left with an uneasy feeling. What could have led to the use of such a weapon in your peaceful forest? Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Slice the deer's throat and put it out of its misery and examine the arrow for clues. It's a tough decision, but understanding the severity of the situation, you decide the kindest thing to do is to end the deer's suffering. You draw your knife, whispering a soft elven prayer for its safe passage. With a swift, practiced motion, you grant the creature a peaceful end. You then turn your attention to the mysterious arrow. The design is intricate, the work of a master craftsman. You notice specific markings, symbols perhaps, engraved into the metal of the arrowhead. Now, Agatha, you must roll a d20 to see if your knowledge of nature, history, and the forest can help you decipher these strange markings. Please roll the dice and let's see how successful you are. You rolled 7. With a roll of 7, despite your best efforts, the markings remain a mystery to you. They are of a language or symbolism that you have not encountered before. This arrow, the work of a skilled hand long past, holds secrets that are currently beyond your understanding. However, as a ranger, you know that the forest is a repository of ancient knowledge. There is a wise treant named Eldergrove who lives deeper within the woods, ancient as the forest itself. His knowledge of olden times is vast and could shed light on this mystery. But, venturing to find Eldergrove would take you deeper into the forest and away from your familiar surroundings. Agatha, will you seek out Eldergrove and delve into the ancient secrets of the forest, or would you rather investigate the recent disturbances in your region, in hopes of finding more immediate answers? The next step is up to you. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I begin walking into the forest and shooting arrows and the random crows I see, as they whisper evil things in my ear. As you delve deeper into the forest, you sense a peculiar unease in the air. The benign whispers of the trees seem to have taken on a sinister undertone. Crows, usually a rare sight in this part of the forest, now seem to be ever present, their harsh calls echoing amongst the trees. As an experienced ranger, these signs unsettle you. Sensing the malice in their calls, you take out your longbow and aim an arrow at the closest crow. Roll a d20 to see if your arrow finds its mark. Remember, your dexterity adds a significant advantage to your aim. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, heightened by your elven dexterity, your arrow flies true. It pierces through the darkness and strikes the crow, silencing its ominous call. As the bird falls, the whispers seem to quieten. But the peace is short-lived. Suddenly, the forest erupts in a cacophonous symphony of cawing. The crows take off into the sky like a dark cloud, their wings pounding against the air in anger. Something in the forest has been disturbed. From the fallen bird, a shadowy wisp emerges, spiraling into the air before disappearing into the forest's canopy. It seems the crows were not just mere birds, and your actions may have drawn attention. Agatha, will you continue deeper into the forest to find Eldergrove, or will you go back to investigate this shadowy wisp? The next step is in your hands. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Killing the crow was a big mistake, but we must press on into the forest, despite their dark influence. Despite the unsettling turn of events, you press on. The deeper you venture into the forest, the older it seems to get. With each step, the trees grow taller, and their trunks become wider. Age-old moss blankets their bark, and the air grows dense with the scent of ancient earth and foliage. You notice the forest growing quieter, the eerie cawing of the crows fading away. Soon, the only sounds are the rustling of leaves and the occasional hoot of an owl. It's a serene contrast to the ominous aura that prevailed before. Hours into your journey, you finally spot Eldergrove. He towers over the surrounding flora, a titan of weathered bark and lush leaves. His gnarled features form a semblance of a face, and his ancient eyes glow with a soft, green light. Agatha, as you approach the wise treant Eldergrove, you prepare your questions. The ancient arrow and the shadowy crows weigh heavy on your mind. What will you ask this ancient being? Jonathan Crow has been chosen. I spend a few hours saying hello to the treant. You spend hours engaged in the ancient rituals of greeting and respect treants are known to appreciate. Singing songs of the forest, tracing patterns of growth and life in the soil, and sharing stories of your observations of the natural world. Eldergrove is silent throughout your greetings, his immense form bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun. But as the last rays of daylight fade, his leafy brows slowly lift, and his glowing green eyes focus on you. The forest seems to hold its breath. I have seen many seasons, little one, Eldergrove's voice rumbles, as slow and deep as the earth itself, but it has been long since a mortal showed such respect. You carry a heavy question in your heart. Speak, Agatha, daughter of the forest. What do you wish to know? Now, you have a chance to ask about the ancient arrow and the strange behavior of the crows. Or perhaps there's another question that's been on your mind. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I bow before Eldergrove and present him with the arrow and the crow feathers I have plucked, and ask him of what he knows of such things. The ancient treant bends slowly over your offerings, his glowing eyes studying the arrow and the crow feathers intently. Eldergrove's voice, slow and rumbling, fills the silence of the forest. The arrow you hold belongs to the ancients, the first guardians of the forest. As for these feathers, they bear the mark of a dark enchantment. Something in the forest has awoken, something that should have remained dormant. Agatha, with Eldergrove's words fresh in your mind, you now have a choice. You could ask Eldergrove to guide you to the ancient's resting place to learn more about the arrow, or you could ask for his wisdom on dealing with the dark enchantment. What will be your next course of action? Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Ask for guidance to combat the Dark Crow forces. Eldergrove's gaze darkens at your question. Foul magic indeed, he rumbles. The crows you encountered are shadow corvids, creatures of darkness that serve an ancient curse within the forest. The curse can be broken, but it will require great courage. He instructs you to seek out the heart of the forest, a sacred grove where the oldest magic of the woods resides. There lies a pool filled with the essence of the forest itself, a pool whose magic can dispel the darkest curse. But reaching the grove is no easy task. Hidden by enchantments, only those who truly understand the language of nature can find their way. Eldergrove tells you to listen closely to the forest, for it will guide you. Roll a d20 to see if your proficiency in nature and your elfin senses help you comprehend the forest's guidance. You've rolled 19. With a roll of 19, your keen elfin senses attuned to the forest, you begin to understand its whispers. You hear the rustle of the leaves guiding your path, the song of the birds marking your progress, and the heartbeat of the forest leading you closer to the heart of the forest. Hours pass as you follow the subtle whispers and signs, until you finally reach a clearing where moonlight bathes an ethereal pool. Its water glows with a soft light, illuminating the sacred grove. As you approach the pool, you sense an intense presence. It is as if the forest itself is watching you, waiting for your next move. Agatha, you stand before the heart of the forest, the key to dispelling the ancient curse and the shadow corvids. What will you do? Bleach Demon has been chosen. I remove my clothing and bathe in the ethereal pool to gain its wisdom and guidance. As you shed your clothing and step into the luminescent pool, the water around you hums with ancient magic. It's an energy that's both peaceful and powerful, like the calm before a storm. As you immerse yourself, the whispers of the forest grow louder, wrapping around you like a comforting shroud, sharing secrets as old as the forest itself. The world seems to fade away, and you feel a profound connection with the very heartbeat of the forest. You float in this timeless state for what could be minutes or hours, absorbing the wisdom and guidance of the forest. When you finally emerge, you feel invigorated, imbued with a deep understanding of the forest's magic. Agatha, now strengthened by the forest's essence, you understand what you must do to break the curse and banish the shadow corvids. The next part of your journey will demand not only your prowess as a ranger but the wisdom you've gained from the forest as well. Are you ready to face this challenge? Callum Dayton has been chosen. Yes. Emboldened by the forest's wisdom, you set off towards the heart of the darkness. The whispers of the forest guide you, leading you through the densest undergrowth and the darkest shadows. As you venture deeper, you begin to feel a cold, clammy presence. You see the shadow corvids, their eyes smoldering with dark magic. You feel the forest cowering under the weight of their curse. It's a sight that fills you with determination. You draw your bow, an arrow nocked and ready. The shadow corvids turn towards you, their calls echoing ominously through the forest. You'll need to be precise and swift to hit your targets and break the curse. Please roll a d20. Your dexterity and the wisdom you gain from the heart of the forest will aid you in this crucial moment. Let's see if you can put an end to this ancient curse. You rolled 5. With a roll of 5, your first arrow flies into the darkness, but it goes wide of its mark. The shadow corvids scatter, cawing in alarm. The forest seems to hold its breath. The dark enchantment lingers, and you feel the forest's fear. But you are not deterred. You've faced challenges before and prevailed. Using your ranger instincts and the wisdom of the forest, you steady yourself for another shot. The shadow corvids circle above, their cries echoing in the deep silence. Agatha, will you try another shot, or is there another tactic you wish to employ against the shadow corvids? The fate of the forest depends on your next move. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I steady my aim and think of the brightness of the wisdom I have gained, peering into the forest. Steeling yourself, you draw another arrow from your quiver. The noise of the circling shadow corvid seems to fade into the background as you focus. Every sense is attuned to the forest around you, the wisdom of the pool coursing through your veins. You breathe in, the scent of earth and leaves filling your lungs. As you breathe out, you release your arrow, letting it fly with all the hope and determination you can muster. Please roll a d20 again, Agatha. The forest watches with bated breath as you strive to break the curse and restore peace. You rolled 10. With a roll of 10, combined with your dexterity and the guiding wisdom of the forest, your arrow flies straight and true this time. It pierces the darkness and strikes one of the shadow corvids. The bird lets out a final call before it dissolves into an ethereal mist, its enchantment broken. The remaining shadow corvids scatter in surprise and fear, the dark enchantment weakened. You have managed to break a part of the curse, but more work remains. The forest is still not entirely free from the sinister presence of the shadow corvids. Agatha, is your next move to continue battling the shadow corvids with your bow, or do you wish to use the wisdom bestowed upon you by the heart of the forest to find another way to lift the curse? Your next decision will shape the fate of your forest home. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. To my great surprise, the crows are an illusion designed to trick me into wasting time whilst the curse grows stronger. I must find the source deeper in the forest. A sudden realization dawns upon you. The shadow corvids were a distraction, a ruse to delay you. The true source of the curse lies deeper within the forest. Trusting your instincts and the wisdom granted by the heart of the forest, you decide to delve deeper into the woods. The forest grows denser and darker as you move further into its depths. The air grows colder, and an eerie silence wraps around you. The whispers of the forest grow faint, replaced by a low, ominous hum. As you push through the undergrowth, you finally come upon a clearing. In its center stands a gnarled and twisted tree, its bark black as obsidian, pulsating with a dark energy. It is the source of the curse. Agatha, you stand before the heart of darkness, the root of the curse that plagues your forest home. How will you confront this ancient evil? Your actions now will determine the fate of your forest. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I take the ancient arrow that pierced the deer, and loose it into the evil tree. Inspired by a sudden flash of insight, you take out the ancient arrow you've kept with you. Its markings glow faintly, as if resonating with the twisted tree before you. You realize that this arrow, a relic of the forest's first guardians, might just be the key to dispelling the curse. Taking a deep breath, you aim at the heart of the twisted tree. Feeling the ancient wisdom of the forest coursing through you, you let the arrow fly. Please roll a d20, Agatha. This shot could change the fate of your forest home. Will the arrow strike true and dispel the curse, or will the darkness continue to linger? You rolled 4. With a roll of 4, your heart sinks as you watch the arrow veer off course, missing the heart of the twisted tree. A crow caws in the distance, a mocking echo in the silence that follows. But then you remember the wisdom of the heart of the forest. You have the ancient law of the forest within you. It's not merely about physical aim, but also about spiritual guidance. You still have a chance. Agatha, do you wish to try once more, using the ancient wisdom to guide your aim, or do you wish to approach the tree and attempt to confront the curse in a different way? The decision rests with you. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Calling upon the ancient wisdom, I aim again and shoot the ancient arrow again into the tree. With renewed determination, you once again call upon the wisdom you gained from the heart of the forest. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, and let the forest guide you. The whispers in the leaves, the rustling of the undergrowth, the soft hum of life around you, everything seems to lead you towards the twisted tree. You aim once more, the ancient arrow glowing with a soft light. Roll a d20 again, Agatha. With the wisdom of the forest guiding you, let's see if you can pierce the heart of the curse and free your forest from its dark shackles. You rolled 8. With a roll of 8, your aim steadied by the wisdom of the forest, the arrow flits through the air and lands into the heart of the twisted tree. There's a sudden stillness, and then the twisted tree shudders as if struck by a great force. A blinding glow emanates from the place where the arrow struck. The darkness enveloping the tree begins to recede, replaced by a warm, natural green light. The ominous humming ceases, replaced once again by the familiar and soothing whispers of the forest. The shadow corvids, their enchantment broken, revert back to ordinary crows. They scatter, coring their retreat, and the forest seems to breathe a sigh of relief. Congratulations, Agatha. The ancient curse has been lifted, and peace has been restored to your forest home. The wisdom of the heart of the forest and your ranger skills have saved the day. What will you do next in your peaceful forest, now free from the shadow of the ancient curse? Maureen Peters has been chosen. Start my war against the crows. Although the curse has been lifted, the crow's role in the corruption of your forest has not been forgotten. Their cawing echoes through the trees, a stark reminder of the darkness that had once taken hold. It seems there's more to these creatures than meets the eye. Drawing your longbow, you set off deeper into the forest, the rustle of the leaves beneath your feet the only sound in the twilight. Your war against the crows has just begun, and only time will tell what this new chapter in your life will bring. As you tread deeper into the woods, you keep an eye out for any signs of the crows. Will you try to seek out the nests and disrupt them, or perhaps find a way to communicate and reason with them? What's your first move in this new battle, Agatha? Based ape has been chosen. Examine the tree and the arrow for signs of who could have killed the deer. Realizing the need to understand more about the crows and their involvement, you stride back towards the now peaceful tree. The ancient arrow, still embedded in the bark, pulses with a soft light. As you approach, you feel a slight tug in your mind, a gentle pull that urges you to place your hand on the tree. You reach out and touch the bark. From that contact, visions flood into your mind. The forest, vibrant and teeming with life, is suddenly overshadowed by a dark figure. You see the crows, not as they are now, but radiating with a sinister energy, circling around the figure. You see the deer, fear in its eyes, an arrow piercing its side. The arrow's source is unclear, but the presence of the dark figure and the crows suggests a connection. With these visions, you understand that the deer was not merely a victim of the curse but potentially a warning sign of the looming threat. Agatha, what will you do with this newfound knowledge? Will you journey to find the dark figure, or will you focus your efforts on understanding and combating the crow's influence? Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The crows, having been slightly hindered in their plans, return to their master. A powerful dark warlock. Your insight into the events that have transpired reveals a chilling truth. The crows were not just mere pawns of the curse, they were agents of a dark warlock. This warlock, harnessing the dark magic, sent the crows to spread the curse through the forest, corrupting its peace and harmony. The deer was a casualty of this scheme, its life tragically cut short in their pursuit of chaos. Now, their initial plans disrupted, the crows returned to their master, ready to regroup and plot their next move. Agatha, this is a grave revelation. A warlock's power can be formidable, and the forest may not withstand another assault. You have a crucial decision to make. Will you set out to confront the Dark Warlock directly, or will you prepare the forest and its creatures for the coming conflict? The fate of your forest home hangs in the balance, and the path you choose will shape its future. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. I return to the tree ant and ask for his advice. Deciding that Eldergrove's wisdom would be invaluable, you return to the ancient tree ant. You share your discovery about the Dark Warlock, the Crow's master, and your concern for the forest's future. Eldergrove listens quietly, his ancient eyes reflecting the gravity of your words. When you finish, he stands in silence for a moment, deep in thought. Finally, he speaks, his voice echoing through the forest. Dark times are indeed upon us, he rumbles. The forest will need a guardian who can stand against this threat. Agatha, Eldergrove's words imply great responsibility on your shoulders. Will you accept this role as the forest's guardian and prepare for the looming conflict, or will you seek out the Dark Warlock to end this at its root? The future of the forest depends on your decision. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. With great power comes great responsibility. I summon my courage to face the crows and their master. With a newfound resolve and determination burning in your heart, you decide to face the looming threat head-on. You are not just Agatha, the elf ranger anymore, you are Agatha, the guardian of the forest. The forest seems to sense your decision, the trees whispering words of encouragement, their branches bowing in respect. The path forward is fraught with danger, the shadow of the dark warlock looming over the horizon. With your longbow in hand and the wisdom of the forest in your heart, you set off towards the unknown. The journey will be arduous, but you are prepared. As you walk deeper into the forest, the whispers of the trees guide your path. Will you choose to confront the crows first, or will you seek out the warlock directly to put an end to this dark threat? The forest watches as its guardian embarks on her quest. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The Dark Warlock casts a twisted dark spell that begins to warp the forest into a hostile land, with raging animals trying to kill me at every turn. As you press on, the forest around you begins to warp and twist under a dark influence. Trees bend and contort into grotesque shapes, their whispers turning into pained groans. The once peaceful animals of the forest are now aggressive and feral, their eyes glowing with a sinister light. It seems the Dark Warlock has not wasted time in retaliating. A wolf, its fur bristling with dark energy, lunges at you from the undergrowth. You barely have time to dodge, the creature's teeth snapping where your arm was just a moment ago. Please roll a d20, Agatha. Your ranger skills and instincts will help you fend off these unnatural beasts. Let's see if you can navigate this hostile land and carry on your quest. You rolled 9. With a roll of 9, your ranger instincts kick in just in time. You manage to dodge the wolf's attack, but it's a narrow escape. The forest has turned into an unfamiliar battleground, and you realize you must tread cautiously. With your longbow in hand, you take a defensive stance. The once peaceful creatures of the forest now pose a threat, their eyes glowing with the Dark Warlock's influence. Agatha, will you continue to fend off the raging animals as you make your way towards the Dark Warlock, or will you try to find a way to break them free from his influence? The forest awaits your decision, its fate intertwined with yours. Based ape has been chosen. Kill that stupid wolf. Faced with the immediate danger of the wolf, you decide to act. You quickly nock an arrow to your longbow and aim for the creature, its eyes glowing with a malicious energy. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your dexterity and ranger skills will aid you in this crucial moment. Let's see if you can eliminate this threat and carry on in your quest to confront the Dark Warlock. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, and aided by your dexterity, your arrow flies straight and true, striking the possessed wolf. It lets out a howl as the dark glow in its eyes fades, and it collapses to the ground, the warlock's influence over it broken. The forest holds its breath, then slowly begins to whisper once again. It's a small victory, but every step counts in this battle against the Dark Warlock. With the immediate threat dealt with, you continue on your path. Will you focus on eliminating more of these possessed creatures, or will you attempt to confront the Warlock directly, hoping to stop him before his influence spreads any further? The choice is yours to make, Agatha. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Not only is the forest hostile, but now even the weather has turned bad. It is raining, lightning striking in the distance. The last wolves suddenly scatter as a dire bear appears. As if the hostile forest and its warped creatures weren't enough, the skies open up above you, unleashing a torrential downpour. Lightning flashes in the distance, illuminating the grotesque shapes of the twisted trees. The wolves, their eyes still glowing with the dark enchantment, suddenly scatter. A chill runs down your spine as a low growl echoes through the forest. Emerging from the shadows is a massive dire bear, its fur standing on end, eyes ablaze with the same dark energy. As the bear roars, you sense its immense power, amplified by the Dark Warlock's curse. Drawing your bow, you prepare to face this formidable adversary. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your ranger skills and the wisdom of the forest will guide your aim. Let's see if you can stand your ground against this monstrous beast. You rolled 20. With a roll of 20, your arrow flies true, guided by your ranger skills and the ethereal wisdom of the forest. It pierces the dire bear's thick hide, cutting through the dark energy that cloaks it. The beast roars in pain and fury, but the dark glow in its eyes begins to fade. The warlock's influence is waning, unable to withstand the power of your attack. As the dire bear staggers back, the forest momentarily holds its breath. You've struck a significant blow against the Dark Warlock's forces, but the battle is far from over. Agatha, with the dire bear weakened, will you press your attack or use this opportunity to slip past the creature and continue towards the Dark Warlock? Your choice will shape the next phase of this titanic conflict. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I chant in the ancient tongue, O-U-R-R ting tang walla walla bing bang, in an attempt to convert the bear to my side. As the dire bear staggers, you seize the opportunity and begin to chant in the ancient tongue taught to you by Eldergrove. The words, echoing through the rain-soaked forest, seem to resonate with an ancient power. The dire bear, its ears pricked, starts to calm. The dark energy around it begins to wane further, its eyes losing their ominous glow. Now, roll a d20, Agatha. Your skill in animal handling will play a crucial role in this. Let's see if the ancient charm can turn this fearsome creature into an ally. You rolled 11. With a roll of 11, coupled with your knowledge of animal handling, the ancient charm seems to have a calming effect on the dire bear. The dark glow in its eyes completely fades, replaced by a more natural, peaceful light. The bear, now free from the dark warlock's influence, regards you for a moment before lowering its massive head in a show of respect. It seems you have gained an unexpected ally in this fight against the dark enchantment. Agatha, with the dire bear now on your side, will you continue your journey towards the warlock with your new ally, or will you seek to free more creatures from his influence? The path forward is in your hands. Base ape has been chosen. Ride the bear to the warlock's hideout. With newfound determination, you approach the dire bear. It lowers its body, allowing you to clamber onto its back. This majestic beast, now your ally, stands ready to carry you into battle. You point towards the heart of the forest, where the sinister presence of the dark warlock is strongest. The bear roars in agreement and begins to move, its massive paws making light work of the treacherous terrain. As you ride deeper into the forest, the storm rages on, lightning illuminating your path. You're heading towards a confrontation with the dark warlock, a battle that will decide the fate of your forest home. Will you charge directly into the warlock's hideout, or will you scout the area first to gauge the level of danger? Agatha, the choice is yours. What will be your strategy? Jonathan Crow has been chosen. On our way, the same pack of wolves appear. Still cloaked in darkness and thirsting for blood after losing their alpha. As you and your newfound ally press on, the same pack of wolves that scattered earlier reappears. Their eyes still glow with a sinister light, a clear sign that the dark warlock's influence persists. The growls echo in the night, a chilling reminder of the hostility that pervades the forest. The dire bear beneath you, unaffected by their threats, growls back, asserting its dominance. However, the wolves, driven by the warlock's dark magic, are undeterred and begin to circle you menacingly. Agatha, will you face these wolves in battle or try to evade them and continue towards the warlock's hideout? Your decision will shape how this encounter unfolds. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Blowing the horn of Bonkery to try to unravel the spell binding the wolves, from atop Maureen the bear. Remembering the horn of Bonkery in your possession, you withdraw it from your bag. This ancient artifact, passed down through generations of forest guardians, is said to possess the power to disrupt spells and enchantments. You take a deep breath and blow into the horn of Bonkery. The sound echoes through the forest, a powerful note that reverberates through every tree, every creature, and every drop of rain. Now, roll a d20, Agatha. Your proficiency in nature and your connection with the forest will aid you in this crucial moment. Let's see if the horn of Bonkery can free these wolves from the Dark Warlock spell. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, the sound of the horn of Bonkery resonates powerfully throughout the forest. The wolves, mid-pounce, freeze, their bodies shuddering as the Dark Warlock's enchantment begins to unravel. One by one, the dark glow in their eyes fades, replaced by a natural, wild light. They whine, confused and disoriented, but no longer a threat. It seems the horn of Bonkery, coupled with your affinity for nature, has successfully dispelled the Warlock's control over them. Now, with the wolves no longer posing a threat, will you continue to confront the Dark Warlock, or will you take a moment to tend to these creatures, ensuring they're free from any residual dark magic? Agatha, the decision is yours. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I will tend the creatures and rally them to my side. Recognizing the importance of gaining allies and ensuring the well-being of the forest creatures, you decide to tend to the wolves. Using soothing words and gentle gestures, you slowly approach them. These creatures, once hostile under the Warlock spell, now seem to understand your intentions. As you attend to them, their wariness fades, replaced by a sense of trust. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your proficiency in animal handling will be crucial in winning these wolves over. Let's see if you can rally them to your cause. You rolled 12. With a roll of 12, your gentle approach and understanding of animals work in your favor. The wolves, previously under the Warlock spell, now regard you not as a threat, but a potential ally. As you tend to each one, they begin to show signs of acceptance, their wary postures relaxing. By the time you finish, you've gained not just the trust of the wolves, but their allegiance. They stand ready, their eyes reflecting a fierce determination to stand by your side. Agatha, with Maureen the dire bear and the pack of wolves now by your side, you are no longer just a guardian of the forest, you are a leader. Will you lead your newfound allies directly into the Warlock's lair, or will you take a moment to strategize your approach? The fate of the forest is in your hands. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I observe the Warlock's hovel. Together with Maureen the dire bear and your pack of wolves, you approach the Warlock's lair cautiously. It's a grotesque structure, woven from twisted branches and pulsating with dark energy. Even from a distance, you can feel the raw, malicious power emanating from it. The entrance is guarded by more shadow corvids, their cores echoing ominously through the storm. They seem unaware of your presence, for now. Agatha, your strategy will determine the outcome of this confrontation. Will you launch a direct attack on the hovel, or will you try to sneak in unnoticed? Or perhaps you have another plan in mind. The decision is yours. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Suddenly, a burst of demonic energy hits. It is a Bleach Demon, thirsty for Maureen the dire bear and here to devour her flesh. I must defend myself with the help of the wolves. Just as you're formulating a plan, an unexpected burst of demonic energy erupts from the Warlock's hovel. Materializing in front of you is a horrifying creature, a Bleach Demon, its eyes fixed on Maureen the dire bear. With a roar, Maureen charges towards the demon, but you can tell it's going to be a tough fight. Your pack of wolves, sensing the danger, stands at the ready, awaiting your command. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your combat skills and your connection with your new allies will be vital in this clash against the Bleach Demon. Let's see if you can protect Maureen and fend off this terrifying adversary. You rolled 12. With a roll of 12, you signal your pack of wolves to attack. They spring into action, their agile forms darting towards the Bleach Demon. The creature roars, swiping at the wolves with its massive claws, but the nimble animals dodge and counterattack, keeping the demon distracted. Meanwhile, Maureen the dire bear charges forward, her powerful form a blur as she lunges towards the demon. The creature staggers under her assault, giving you an opening. With your longbow in hand, you aim for the demon. Your arrow flies true, striking the creature, and it lets out a roar of pain. However, the Bleach Demon is far from defeated. Agatha, will you continue with your current strategy, or do you have another plan to deal with this formidable foe? The safety of Maureen and your pack of wolves hangs in the balance. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The demon, enraged, summons all its might and launches a vicious attack at the wolves, killing half of them in its blast of energy. The Bleach Demon, its demonic energy amplified by its rage, retaliates with a devastating blast. The impact sends the pack of wolves flying. When the dust settles, you see half of your loyal companions lying motionless on the forest floor. A wave of grief washes over you, but you know that you can't afford to be distracted. The demon, although weakened, is still a formidable foe. Maureen roars, her eyes filled with determination and vengeance for the fallen wolves. Roll a d20, Agatha. Despite the loss, you must press on. Your skills, and the support of Maureen and the remaining wolves, will be crucial in this fight. Will you be able to withstand the demon's onslaught and protect your allies? You rolled 10. With a roll of 10, you quickly rally the remaining wolves and Maureen. While the loss of half the pack is a painful blow, you all fight on with renewed determination, their memory fueling your resolve. The wolves, driven by the need for vengeance, attack with a ferocity you've never seen before. They manage to distract the bleach demon long enough for you to align another shot. Your arrow flies, piercing the demon once more. It howls in pain, but the fight is far from over. Agatha, do you press your attack, or do you have a different plan to defeat this formidable enemy? The future of the forest is depending on your next decision. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Keep on attacking, don't stop until it is dead. Your resolve hardens, and you decide to press the attack. With a rallying cry, you command Maureen and the wolves to continue the assault. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your persistence and the loyalty of your allies will be crucial in this final push against the bleach demon. Let's see whether this relentless attack can bring an end to this terrifying creature. You've rolled 1. With a roll of 1, your arrow flies off course, missing the bleach demon entirely. The creature, seizing the opportunity, launches another energy blast. You manage to evade, but the remaining wolves aren't as lucky. The blast sends them sprawling, their whimpers of pain echoing in the eerie silent forest. Maureen the dire bear, meanwhile, continues her relentless attack, undeterred by the demon's power. She buys you valuable time to formulate a new plan or launch another attack. Agatha, will you once again rally your allies and launch another offensive, or do you have another strategy in mind to defeat this formidable foe? Maureen, the remaining wolves, and the forest itself depend on your next decision. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. Suddenly, the warlock steps out of the shadows. It is he who summoned the bleach demon, but his life weakened by summoning it, he launches his own dark attack. Chain lighting. As you tend to your allies, a shadow detaches itself from the rest, forming into the figure of the dark warlock. His presence chills the air, an ominous silence falling over the forest. A cruel smile twists his face as he raises his staff, dark energy gathering at its tip. In a flash of black lightning, a bolt arcs towards you, its energy crackling with malevolent power. Never before have you seen magic like this, raw and untamed. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your ranger instincts and the protecting spirit of the forest will be crucial in evading this chain lightning. Let's see if you can dodge this lethal attack and find an opening to counter. You rolled 17. With a roll of 17, your reflexes prove swift enough to evade the dark bolt, the chain lightning crackling harmlessly past you. The warlock, taken aback by your agility, falters. This momentary lapse in his concentration provides an opening. You ready your longbow once more, an arrow notched and aimed at this puppeteer of darkness. Agatha, will you seize this opportunity and launch an attack on the weakened warlock, or do you have another plan to turn the tides of this grim conflict? The fate of the forest hangs in the balance. Based ape has been chosen. Twerk on his face and do a little fart. In a surprising turn of events, you decide to break the tension with an unexpected move. You perform a dance move known as a twerk, and add a small element of humor into the grim situation. The warlock blinks in disbelief, taken aback by your sudden change of tactics. The absurdity of the situation, instead of undermining your cause, seems to work in your favor. His focus wavers, and his dark aura diminishes, if only for a moment. Roll a d20, Agatha. This unexpected maneuver could provide the opening you need to launch a surprise attack. Let's see if your unorthodox strategy can give you the upper hand. You rolled 1. With a roll of 1, your attempted surprise attack falters. The warlock, recovering from his initial shock, retaliates with a wave of dark energy. You are thrown back, landing amidst your loyal allies. The warlock's cruel laughter echoes through the forest, adding insult to injury. But even in this grim situation, you refuse to give up. You pick yourself up, rallying Maureen and the remaining wolves. The warlock may have won this round, but the battle is far from over. Agatha, will you launch another attack, or do you have a new plan in mind to turn the tide of this battle? The fate of your forest home rests on your decision. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The warlock growls at me, your journey nears its end, then casts power word kill on everyone. The warlock's voice, filled with cruel satisfaction, echoes through the forest as he utters a chilling prophecy. Your journey nears its end. With a wave of his staff, he unleashes a devastating spell, one known only to the most powerful magic wielders. Power word kill, he intones, the words resonating with a finality that sends a shiver down your spine. Roll a d20, Agatha. This is a test of your constitution, a challenge to resist the warlock's deathly spell. Let's see if you and your allies can survive this ultimate test. You rolled 15. With a roll of 15, bolstered by your strong constitution, you resist the warlock's lethal spell. The power word that promised certain death instead sparks a surge of determination within you. The warlock's eyes widen in surprise as you, Maureen, and the remaining wolves remain standing, defiant and unbroken. His spell, however, took a toll on his own strength. The warlock staggers, the staff in his hand wavering. This is your moment, Agatha. Will you seize this opportunity and strike a decisive blow? The forest awaits your decision, its future hanging in the balance. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I shout at the warlock, that's our word. Knocking another arrow, I shoot the warlock. With a roar, you reclaim the power word from the warlock. That's our word. Your voice resonates through the forest, a beacon of defiance against the forces of darkness. You knock another arrow, taking aim at the weakened warlock. With a final breath, you release the arrow, its flight straight and true. Roll a d20, Agatha. This moment could decide the fate of the forest. Let's see if your arrow can bring an end to the warlock's reign of terror. You rolled 6. With a roll of 6, your arrow flies towards the warlock. However, perhaps due to the weariness of the battle or the warlock's last vestiges of dark magic, your arrow veers off its course, narrowly missing the warlock. The warlock smirks, regaining some of his confidence. Is that all you got? He taunts, raising his staff once again. But you're not defeated yet, Agatha. Will you launch another attack, or do you have a different plan to turn the tide of this battle? The final showdown against the warlock awaits your decision. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The Dark Warlock, weakened by your constitution, snarls. Your hatred, your anger. You want to kill me. That is what I want. Kill me. And my spirit will pass into you. The Warlock's words hang heavy in the air, a chilling prophecy that sends a shiver down your spine. His dark laughter echoes through the forest, adding an eerie layer to the tense atmosphere. Despite his taunting words, you remain undeterred. You understand the implications of his threat. Killing him might only pass his dark spirit into you, continuing his reign of terror in a different form. Will you risk it all and launch a final attack to end this once and for all, or will you try to find a different way to neutralize the warlock without falling into his trap? The decision is yours to make, Agatha. Your choice will determine the fate of your forest home. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I look to the Bleach Demon, who has been sitting on a tree stump, pleading with it to join our side, who pimp slaps the warlock. With the warlock's threat echoing in your ears, you turn towards the Bleach Demon. It has been sitting quietly, watching the ongoing struggle without intervening. But you see a spark in its eyes, a glimmer of consciousness that wasn't there when it was under the warlock's control. You approach the Bleach Demon, your hands raised in a gesture of peace. You plead with it, trying to persuade it to switch sides and help you against the warlock. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your skills in animal handling and charisma will come into play here. Let's see if you can convince the Bleach Demon to join your cause. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, you reach out to the Bleach Demon, your voice steady and persuasive. You speak of freedom, of breaking away from the warlock's control, of a chance to choose its own path. The Bleach Demon looks at you, its eyes narrowing. Then, surprisingly, it stands, towering over both you and the warlock. It turns towards the warlock, its hand raised. With a swift motion, it strikes the warlock, sending him sprawling. The forest falls silent, the only sound being the warlock's pained groan. Agatha, this unexpected turn of events has given you the upper hand. Will you seize this opportunity and launch a final attack, or do you have a different plan to end the warlock's reign of terror? The fate of your forest home hangs in the balance. Jonathan Crow has been chosen. The warlock, stunned by the attacks, tries to get to his feet. He taunts me again as I pause. Long have I waited, and now, your coming together is your undoing. The warlock's taunting words echo through the silent forest as he struggles to his feet. His confidence seems to defy his battered state, adding an eerie aura to his presence. Despite his threat, you don't let his words faze you. You've seen the strength of unity in the form of your surprising alliance with the Bleach Demon. His words, instead of discouraging you, fuel your determination. Do you launch a joint attack with the Bleach Demon, hoping to end this threat once and for all, or do you have another plan to neutralize the warlock without getting drawn into his game? Agatha, the fate of the forest lies in your decision. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I watch in horror and then join the Bleach Demon twerk to launch the final undoing of the Warlock. Embracing the unexpected once again, you turn to the Bleach Demon and start to perform the unique dance move known as the twerk. The Bleach Demon looks at you for a moment before joining in, its massive form moving in a bizarre, yet surprisingly rhythmic twerk. The sight of you and the Bleach Demon twerking together is a spectacle that even the Warlock hadn't anticipated. He gapes at you both, his dark aura faltering in his confusion and surprise. Using this opportunity, you and the Bleach Demon launch your joint attack. Roll a d20, Agatha. This unexpected strategy could be the key to ending the Warlock's reign of terror. Let's see if your final attack hits its mark. You rolled 5. With a roll of 5, your joint attack with the Bleach Demon goes off course. The Warlock, recovering from his surprise, retaliates with a burst of dark energy. Both you and the Bleach Demon are thrown back, landing amidst a cloud of dust. However, the Warlock's victory is short-lived. The dark energy he used for his counterattack seems to have drained him. He staggers, his form wavering. Agatha, this might be your last chance to end the Warlock's reign. Will you seize this opportunity and launch a final attack, or do you have a different plan to bring about his downfall? The fate of your forest home lies in your decision. Bleach Demon has been chosen. Break the neck of the Warlock. Seizing the opportunity, you launch yourself at the Warlock. His drained state makes him slower, less reactive, allowing you to close the distance. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your strength and determination are crucial in this critical moment. Let's see if you can bring an end to the dark reign of the Warlock once and for all. You rolled 1. With a roll of 1, your attempt to reach the Warlock is thwarted. He manages to rally his remaining energy to cast a shield, blocking you from reaching him. You are thrown back, landing near the Bleach Demon. The Warlock, however, is clearly at the end of his rope. His shield flickers and fades, a testament to his waning power. You rise once more, ready to face him again. Agatha, the Warlock is on his last legs. Will you rally your remaining strength for one final assault, or do you have another plan to end this long and arduous battle? The future of your forest home rides on your decision. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I send the Warlock mean tweets, in a method surely to crush him. In an unexpected turn of events, you resort to a new strategy. Channeling your elven connection to nature, you call upon the forest's feathered messengers, the birds. They gather around you, chirping in anticipation. You begin to send a flurry of messages, each one carrying a stinging remark aimed at the warlock. The birds take off, carrying your tweets towards the bewildered warlock. Roll a d20, Agatha. Your creativity and unconventional tactics could give you the upper hand in this final confrontation. Let's see how your mean tweets affect the warlock. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, your creative strategy proves to be remarkably effective. The birds descend upon the warlock, each one delivering a tweet that assaults not his body, but his ego. His confidence, which up until now had remained unshaken, begins to falter. His dark aura wavers and fades, replaced by a look of disbelief and frustration. The warlock, once a figure of terror and dread, now stands diminished and defeated. Agatha, the warlock is at his weakest. Will you seize this opportunity and launch a final attack, or do you have another plan to bring about his downfall? The fate of your forest home lies in your decision. Bleach Demon has been chosen. I shout begone thought and watch him disintegrate. With a newfound burst of confidence, you stride towards the warlock. Raising your voice, you utter two words, simple yet powerful: begone, thought. The words echo through the clearing, a clear and commanding dismissal. The warlock, already weakened from the barrage of mean tweets and your relentless attacks, stumbles. He lets out a strangled cry as he begins to disintegrate, his form dissolving into harmless wisps of dark energy that fade away into nothingness. The forest falls silent, the oppressive aura lifted. Agatha, you have done it. You have defeated the warlock, and in doing so, protected your forest home. But the adventure is far from over. Where will you go next, knowing that the safety of your home now rests on your shoulders? Based ape has been chosen. Say, that's what you get for killing. My dear, then go home and have some tea. Looking at the spot where the warlock once stood, you speak with an air of finality. That's what you get for killing, my dear. The words hang in the air, a fitting epitaph for the fallen warlock. Satisfied with the closure, you turn your back on the warlock's former lair and head home. The forest, your forest, seems brighter, its aura lighter and more peaceful than before. Your animal companions, Maureen the dire bear, the bleach demon, and the remaining wolves, follow you, their loyalty unwavering. Upon reaching home, you prepare a pot of tea, the familiar ritual bringing
As the
comfort
final
and solace.
chapter
Of your adventure draws to a close, a sense of
As you sip
accomplishment
the warm
washes
brew,
over you. You look out at the peaceful
You have
forest,
navigated
knowing that
harrowing
you've ensured
challenges,
its safety,
met
fascinating characters, and perhaps even changed
Your
the very
adventure
fabric
today
of the
has
world
ended,
with your actions.
Agatha.
Thank you for embarking on
But
this
as a
journey,
guardian
for
of the
stepping
forest,
into the
who
shoes
knows
of a
what
hero
tomorrow
and
will
making
bring?
this story truly your own. To those who
Until
have
then,
experienced
enjoy
this
your
tale
tea in the
alongside us,
serenity
know
of
that
your
your
forest
support
home.
is invaluable. Whether it's on Patreon, or through liking and subscribing, every bit of help goes a long way in continuing these kinds of immersive narratives. From all of us, thank you. Your support fuels the magic, the mystery, and the grand adventures that await in these tales. Until our next adventure, safe travels and may your roles always land in your favor.